Monday, Strike the Thousands AP.
Oh, Tumblr does love the guy from Undertale.
Is that why you like that one hoodie I have so much? Um, then on
There's so
Monday,
many that.
Strike the Thousands AP. Strike the Thousands
Tumblr,
AP.
it's important to okay, I'm sorry, sidebar. It's important to clarify Tumblr Sexy Man is not a title bestowed to one individual.
No,
it's a category
it's
of
the one slur.
character.
Yeah, it's the one slur.
One slur was the
There
next
was
one I was going to
there was a
One
one
slur,
slur cosplayer at
Sans
Icon this year.
There's
Astarian is a big Tumblr
yeah.
Sexy Man.
Well, that one I can understand.
Yeah.
Got you. Are you doing this?
Take a bite out of that one, Matt.
I think I heard someone refer to them recently as the sexy mosquito.
I won't say what I was going to say.
Just
now
doing that.
Now I'm just thinking of the Venture Brothers.
Thank you for correcting my spelling, chat.
I don't regret not being on Tumblr.
I have no way of knowing.
That's fair.
Better than Twitter.
Yeah, I would say Twitter is worse.
Twitter is much worse.
Yes, Twitter is a cesspool, especially if you're looking at the Critical Role hashtag, apparently.
God. What the hell is going on?
There?
It's just a couple accounts spamming links to...
Porn.
Guess what? Yeah. It used to be images, but apparently now they're just weird still things that they're like links or something. I'm like, I'm not clicking on this. Why are you here?
Then Tuesday, Elden Ring, Will and Matt will make progress this week instead of faffing about, I swear. But we did a good amount of faffing.
Everything is progress, Will, technically. We've accessed more areas. You've explored more of the map. We've died to various things.
We have an over 50% win rate with invaders.
I mean, yeah, and we are, making judgment calls on who's honorable and who's not.
Yes, we are. If you want to see us critique invaders, and if you want to see the best invader I've ever had in a Souls game accidentally kill himself, it's just seeing me and Matt break down in laughter for like a minute and a half. Go check out the stream on Tuesday night's VOD. It was a chef's kiss moment. It was great. Then on Wednesday, Wild Ambition, Plane of Commerce. I will unsandbox it a little bit and help our party get a little bit more direction this week. Then
looking for direction last week because we were down so many people.
Oh, okay. Then on Thursday, we're off. Maybe this week I'll do Praetorium. Probably not, because PFS and Amusing Games sign up early, sign up often, because we had to turn away 3 people this week.
Did they think there was pickup?
Well, because people didn't check the website. They just came in assuming there'd be seats.
Oh no, that's a rookie mistake.
Yep. So come and make sure you sign up for that, because apparently I'm somewhat good at jamming Pathfinder 2e. Then on Friday, the Astral Calling, the show you're watching right now. And why are you watching this fantastic show? Well, I think it's because of our fantastic cast. Starting off with the person who I was angry with for like 20 minutes this week. We have Rose playing Luna.
Oh.
Angry?
I was so I was so tilted.
Numbers?
I was so tilted, Rose, when you sent me the after like I lost my 50-50 and just the I won the 50-50. I was like, fuck.
Over gotcha?
I was,
You
it
got
was like,
You can't be mad at me for winning gotcha.
I was
You
so
got
tilted.
Well, I
mad
thought
at
you understood this
Rose
about
for
our
having
friendship.
Rose luck?
I
Do you
got
get
so
mad at the
angry.
sky for being blue? Do you get mad at water
do.
for being wet? What is your deal, man?
Water actually isn't wet. It
I just
everything
fuck
else
off,
wet.
Matthew.
With
No,
good cause.
You get mad at Matthew for being pedantic? What do you
Yes.
mean you get mad at Rose
I
for being
got
lucky?
mad at Rose specifically for this character because I was really looking forward to playing them. I adore Rose. I still haven't gotten them. It's sad. They're a tech character. I really like tech characters.
Look at how sad you're making Rose right now. You could have kept that to your whole self.
I told Rose.
Look at her sad little face. Look at the hurt in her eyes.
I hope you at least have her. I hope you at least have her leveled and are using her with Nicole right now.
So about that, I
Rose
haven't
can
been
do
able to
whatever she
touch the
wants
game
with
He
since
it.
I
burned them.
killed her, really.
Okay,
So
valid.
she's like level 10. Also, I haven't unlocked the ability to move people past like level 20 yet. Because
Okay.
I'm slow at this game.
You're good. That's fine. I just please use them. And if you need aid with their weird Tekken combos, the screenshots I sent you will probably help.
Or don't. It's your game and your character.
I
that you
was-
bought with
What
your
if I just
money.
button mash?
Button
I
mashing
was-
works for her too.
I was waiting for Rose to be like, about that? That character's actually trash and I'm never going to use them.
Oh, a
I
bunch of
actually know nothing about her. I was just like, oh, Nicole's on this banner as a 4-star. I'm gonna get the pink-haired girl, and pulled the 5-star.
we both have the pink-haired girl now C6, and I love her C6 art. I love the artwork for it.
She's
It's
so
gorgeous.
cute. I wanted as I'm trying to find a high resolution, or I guess I could screenshot a high resolution image of it, but
Yeah.
I want to make it my desktop wallpaper.
It's a gorgeous wallpaper. I'm really excited to get more into that. I also got into an argument on the internet over that new character with some people, and I have been now proven correct, and I'm very happy about that fact. Then
Why do you? It's the year 2024. Why are you getting on internet arguments?
Listen, I get into internet arguments too, but I don't brag about it later.
I'm more happy that I'm more happy that
You
I
will
got
change
I'm more
their
happy
mind.
that people are now understanding what a tech character is in Zenless and what a tech character like means, and they're not just like saying, "Oh, this character is terrible." Da da da. It's like, no, if you actually play them, they're really good. Anyway, then people who what Rose?
I was gonna ask something, but then I thought that it might make you really mad.
No, go for it. It won't make me
Oh,
mad. I promise.
What's the 5-star's name? I don't actually know. The thing that I know. I just don't
Rosalie, you're
Nicole.
so hot right now. You're so hot right now.
What is this character?
No, I'm not. I know what. No, I'm not mad, Rose.
Will's gonna go walk into his pool.
I'm just disappointed.
I'm sorry. I haven't been paying attention to Triple Z, but then you told me that Nicole was on the banner, so I pulled.
Speaking of people who are disappointed in us as a constant state, Chad
Yeah, I knew that was.
playing Vim. How are you doing tonight, Chad?
Mood.
You know, it's a moment by moment thing sometimes. Kind of eyes glazing over with all the gotcha talk, but you know, you have to understand that it's going to be hard, I think, for a lot of gotcha players to understand things like that because suddenly you're adding actual mechanics to a slot machine, and that's just a struggle.
Not fair. MiHoYo has always
That's a struggle.
Since I started playing MiHoYo games, they've always had mechanics that matter in their games.
Yeah, that's true. But I'll get more into that on another stream, I'm sure. I've been really enjoying Zenless. It's honestly probably going to become my main gotcha now just because of how much I enjoy like the mechanics of it. They're bringing back manual mode, which makes me really excited.
Such a dystopian phrase.
Manual mode, Rose, was from the beta of the game where you know how the chain attacks get triggered like automatically? You were able to overwrite that and basically choose when to trigger them by holding down your attack actions. So it adds a little bit more complexity to the fighting because then instead of it triggering the middle of the combo, you can have it trigger at the end of the combo and then go into more complex things with it. It's a very cool thing. I'm really excited. But you can also just leave it off.
I play on basic mode.
Yeah, I'm playing everything on hard. Then we have Matt, who would also join me on playing everything on hard if they're playing Zenless, I think. Playing Darius. Also, Darius, the Warforged Cleric. How are you doing tonight, Matt?
Warforged.
Warforged. Sparkforged Cleric. Spark Cleric?
No,
I'm...
just
What
Forged
do you
Cleric.
think of Warforged is?
It's Forged Domain.
Forged
Yeah.
Domain Cleric. There we go. I got the War domain and the Forged domain
I was
attached,
like,
stuck in
why
my
is he a
head
robot?
together.
Yes, I'm here to forge things and worry about the party.
And you do such a good job of both.
Yes, you can't see it because it's always covered by my headphones, but there's a lot of white hair in my sideburns now.
How many years has Luna caused Matt to age?
Well,
Put your guess in chat.
I think it's actually more my office
Or
experience,
Evie.
like the one woman
Or
at the
him.
office who is refusing to do e-recycling just to spite me, apparently.
What's e-recycling?
Electronic recycling.
Electronic recycling.
Yeah,
But don't
'cause it has
worry,
to-
I've gone behind her back
Has
to
to
do
be
it.
separate.
She threw out that keyboard and mouse, I fished it out of the trash and hid it.
And
Yeah,
in,
Vigilante eco-terrorism.
and in
It's
what
just, there's no reason not to. They're just so flippant and dismissive, it bothers me.
join us in a few weeks where Matt will tell us about the weird way they're getting back at this person that will slowly take over the entire office culture.
No, I can't do that anymore. They know it would be me now after the whole mouse architect thing from
That's
last
fair.
Christmas. But I'm just thinking, Poison Ivy might have had a point.
Oh,
All the
she
egotism.
most certainly did.
Yeah, for sure.
Poison Ivy is 100% right.
The world
But
can't
has-
survive without the bees. No one will miss another billionaire.
Yes.
Yes.
100% girl boss.
When
Speaking
you
of,
started saying that, I thought your revenge was going to be using poison ivy on someone.
Where
Oh, please.
now you see the problem with that is I would have to go outside to get poison ivy.
Well, you
Does
also
that
have.
even grow in Canada?
Yeah.
yes.
Probably not near Winnipeg.
That's.
Yeah.
I guess I should clarify. Where
Actually,
you live in
like
Canada.
literally like 20 minutes outside the city it grows.
So I'm
Well, there
technically
you
right.
go, Matthew.
Yeah, like
But you also have to hope it affects them.
also apparently in the city as well.
Are some people just immune to
Yeah, me.
poison ivy?
We have poison ivy. Literally we have poison ivy growing at our stairs at my house, but none of us are affected by it, so we can just walk through
That
it.
might be a example of beneficial mutation. Chad is slightly more
Damn.
evolved.
Y'all are getting beneficial mutations. I just have a hole in the side of my head. How's that fair?
I
This
mean, we
is-
all have those.
This is what
No, no, you don't. I was born with a little, it looks like a piercing. It was right here, but it's not a piercing. It's just a hole in the side of my head. My dad has it. My aunt has it. That was the moment my dad looked at me as a baby, held me in his arms, and was like, "This is without a doubt my child because she too has a hole in her head."
That's so funny.
Maybe you're more aerodynamic.
I have a beneficial mutation.
It just looks like an ear piercing, just in a weird. It's like if someone had an ear piercing right in the side of their head.
Am I the only non-X person here? Sad.
Are you not a mutant, Will?
No.
Well, it depends. I mean, I don't know what color your
You're
eyes are,
special
but
in
like,
your own way.
like
I mean, I don't think I have any beneficial mutation.
I catch you.
I was born with a second row of eyelashes, so my eyelashes have always been just like extra thick.
That's why you have such good fucking eyelashes.
It's my mutant superpower.
now, see my trade-off, because everything has to have a trade-off.
These will
I'm
eventually
immune,
become.
I'm immune to poison ivy, but the one thing I'm allergic to is grass.
Well, everyone's a little
Like,
allergic to grass.
All grass or like Kentucky blue?
Like
Weed.
if you know that fresh cut grass smell,
Hmm.
fucks
Ah
me
yes,
up, man.
blood of my friend.
Really messes me up.
Because it's the fresh cut grass smell. Speaking of, McKenna is. I was going to introduce McKenna next, playing Evie, but the criminal Caccio, Caccio the criminal mastermind, Caccio the criminal master Chio, I guess.
No.
No, was
Didn't
here.
work.
It didn't work. I tried to make it work. But McKenna's playing Evie tonight. McKenna's also on TikTok. Their makeup palette tonight is very TikTok color-esque, I've noticed.
I don't know what that
Call it
means.
tonight?
Yeah, like the red and the blue and the pink, like the pink and the
This
blue.
is green and pink.
Oh, it looks like pink and blue for me.
There's a
This is
color other than pink?
Green and pink.
Oh.
Also, TikTok does not have pink in it's red, blue, and black.
Oh, in Canada it's pink blue.
Are you sure it's not just like a bright red that you are mistaking for pink?
Yeah, it might be, but either way.
M.
Uh.
M in the chat. Also, here's my long, long piece of mischief.
Soon we'll be losing their balls.
Oh yeah, say goodbye to these. Here, Jill.
Also, chat, sorry, so we're
That's a
so
very
off
active
topic
tail.
tonight.
Oh, he's a very active bastard, so of course he has a very active tail.
Well, on that note, thank you all so much for coming. I'm going to roll the intro and then we'll get into the game. Last time on the Astral Calling, our party went to hell.
Dun 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 dun.
At the behest of a new friend Luna's made.
Friend.
They're they're one hell of a friend, Matthew.
This is empty.
I allow myself to be tortured every Friday night, and I don't know what that says about me.
Means you and Will are cut from the same cloth.
I
Well-
evaluate my life choices.
Someone asked me today if he was affectionate or independent, and I had to tell them neither. He
Oh,
depends on
Caccio.
me to be as awful as possible.
You were talking about me still
No,
for a
not you.
second.
I'm
I
talking
was like,
about-
what the fuck?
I'm sorry.
What
I
is
was
random?
distracted by
Talking about
Caccio.
I-
They're like, is he independent or is he super cuddly? And I'm like, he's neither. He needs to be glued to my side at all times, but also it's claws out all the way.
Claws
There
out,
is
the
no
sequel.
cuddling.
The sequel to Knives Out.
Progressive.
His mouth is open.
Claws out.
I'm just gonna say, well, if we were traveling on a boat together,
Yeah.
I would totally let you hold one of the 6 torches.
Matthew.
What?
I don't know whether that's a bad thing or not.
Look at this face. Could it be a bad thing?
Yes, it could be a
Yes.
bad thing.
We can hear you speak.
I don't know what that means.
What are you referencing? I have no idea.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Will is now Googling 6 torches. Okay, I'm curious what happens.
It's a Wind Waker reference?
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh.
apparently it was a Wind Waker puzzle.
Yeah, that's totally what I meant.
That's probably coincidental.
Yeah,
I've
it
played
is.
many Zelda games beyond Link to the Past on a emulator on my computer.
My mind went to like the Silmarillion with boat burning, but I don't
Ugh.
think you would burn the boats that you're on.
I wish I need to go
That
back
would
and
be
try
very
reading the
Noldor of
Silmarillion
you.
again.
But after they made it to hell in order to save Luna, they discovered that Luna had made a deal with a devil. And after Luna was not tricked, but discouraged by the length of the contract for reading the fine print,
Can't read. Nobody's taught her. She said it multiple times that she can't read. Nobody's offered to teach her.
they have completed pretty much everything that has to do there. They've made a deal with the devil. They gave them very good hospitality for a night. A nice spa day for Evie and for Luna. A nice library time for Vim. And Darius went on the ship and discovered that they had a stowaway in the form of a young black dragon. Also,
Yeah.
that Mimi, the mimic, has a devil form.
It's
Which
just cosmetic.
it's just cosmetic, but it's cool. Being told that their mission is to aid this archdevil into ascending to the throne of hell so that she can become the queen of hell itself, our party was tasked with eliminating the caretaker of the Hellion Forge, the master of the Hellion Forge, the archdevil of the Hellion Forge. So that's the time. How they will do this, it will be up to the party, and that's actually that's how we're going to find out. That's how we're going to start things up. Y'all have had a full night's rest. You've gotten time to recuperate. A delightful breakfast is being given to you. As you are meeting at the table, ready to discuss things. Rash is not feeling the best from some of the Tupperware food she ate yesterday. And Captain Cypress is currently spending some quality time with your devilish host.
How do we seat this specific devil on the throne of hell?
I don't think we have to kill the other one at the forge. I think that was like the...
Yeah, we were gonna go visit the forge.
Okay.
don't
And
know
then-
anything about the forge and how, like...
So we don't know where the forge is.
Well, I
think
think we
the
can be
devil
directed to the
there.
forge, but what I'm saying is I don't think we really know like
Yes.
how protected it is, how
That-
hard it's going to be to get to the...
That imp servant
Over.
is just kind of standing there. Yes, I'm more than happy to provide you with any information you might need. We have quite the impish network of knowledge here.
Oh, my friends like information. You should give it to them.
The Archdevil of the Hellion Forge, specifically, rose to power because of a suit of armor that they made for themselves. That is invulnerable.
That's a problem. That's a
Like they can't be
tricky...
hurt in it.
Yes.
That's a
Can
tricky
they
one
be
to
hurt when
overcome.
they're not wearing it?
Yes.
What's it made out of?
It is made out of a metal. This is Will forgetting the word and having to look at things quickly. Not amalgamation. They is made of a alloy that they created themselves. It is locked under key. It is. They are the only person who knows the recipe for it.
So, I mean, I don't know how things work down here. Are there times when they wouldn't be wearing the armor?
Oh, I
There.
do not sleep in my armor.
Yes. I don't believe they require sleep. I believe they might. But also, I know that they have taken it off a few times to truly appreciate some of the crafts that their smiths have made at the Hellion Forge.
Not a sketch, but okay.
So you're saying if we made something that was significantly, what is the word I am looking for? At least good enough for him to want to try on, he may take the armor off.
Yes.
Sufficiently impressive, I think were the words I was grasping for. I think Darius could do that, especially if we were all helping him.
I believe I'm
yes.
still on the ship, so. But I'm just saying I can't contribute to this conversation.
We should go find Darius and have this conversation with him.
I thought he was here.
Yeah, if we're gonna make a
Okey-dokey.
plan, everybody should be here, so we don't have to re-go over it.
I'm picturing one of those moments from a cartoon. You turn to look at where you think I'm sitting, and there's just a flashing, like, dotted outline
Yeah.
of where Darius would normally be sitting.
And we just cut back to Darius being followed around the ship by a floating teapot and a flying devil dragon.
I'm making the devil dragon a tiny bunk bed.
Hey!
or I don't know, maybe a bassinet or something. I'm not sure. I don't know how old they are. They're old enough to be talking and walking and such, but
It seems to be amorphous.
if we're putting it into human years, they are 8.
so a race car bed then.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, like, do you have any other favorite mythological creatures? Do you like fish? Do you like a unicorn maybe?
I could go for a unicorn. Unicorns are cool.
Ooh.
I hear they eat people's hearts.
I don't know enough about that to disprove that, but I also do know that you could hang clothes on the horn of the bed. So there's some utility built in there.
And if someone tried to attack me in the middle of the night, they might impale themselves. Defensive, too.
It's going to have a rounded tip.
Oh. How difficult would it be to sharpen?
Very difficult. Impossible. It's going to be made out of adamantine.
Make me a deception check.
Yeah.
Unless you want to actually use adamantine
I don't have any left.
to make
I'm not
a
taking my
unicorn
armor off
bed.
to make... No. I like this child. I don't like
But this-
them self-sacrifice wise.
If this child's the equivalent of 8, then it should be really easy to get one over them as far as when we divvy up that money.
Yes.
Are you going to, oh god, Gary Coleman, this poor child?
I did get my lucky number, but it's very low.
Hey,
We're not
look
going
at
to give
you.
him. We're not going to give him nothing.
I'm fairly tempted to create like a trust fund for them.
A trust fund dragon baby.
I mean, kind of would have been like in a way anyway. McKenna is securing the slimes.
I don't know if I believe you.
Well, we'll work on that. What would you like a traditional white unicorn for the bed, or would you like some other interesting color? I wouldn't recommend giving it wings because that's an entirely different thing. I think that's called an alicorn, but McKenna, the instant disgust.
I know what you are.
Should I go get a plushie? I can get a plushie from the other room.
Please.
I kind of want to see the plushie in question.
I feel like
now,
I
Matt.
don't know what's going on.
I mean, I could get it, but I also get the little sister one too from BioShock.
That's more respectable.
Also, a really fuzzy like llama.
Can
that
it be?
They
can it
sell
be-
around Valentine's Day.
Can it be magenta?
It can be any color you want.
Magenta.
Okay. I think I have some paints around here. I'm not sure if we actually have any paints, but I'll work on that. I can make some pigments.
Like a slightly, I don't know, like a slightly more pink Eevee color.
I think that is possible.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sure we can get Rash to knit you a blanket of some kind. I imagine that is within her grandmother wheelhouse.
Cuts back to the party, realizing Darius is not at the table.
How do you miss a, cat centaur?
Surprisingly light on his feet.
I mean, I don't wear shoes, so it's just pads. It's just...
I thought I was missing the relaxing, soothing sound of the ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk of his armor.
The armor ASMR.
ASM armor.
Yes,
like a
ASM
really
armor.
slow-moving train.
Oh, I'm going to make that an item now.
I guess I just adapt to the change in noise really quickly. I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
Well,
you
we
guys
can
can't
wait for
sleep
him
now
to
without
get
your cat armor sounds.
Rash, yes, he's probably praying. Then
Oh,
disappears.
then we shouldn't interrupt him. We should just wait for him to come back.
Oh,
Maybe I
no,
can check out
will
the
go get
library.
him.
All right. Luna, you make your way to your ship. You see as you enter it, the door just opens up for Luna. Darius with a floating black devil dragon, and Mimi as a floating devilly teapot. Mimi has apparently gained the ability to fly in this area.
Does it have like little bat
Darius,
wings?
you made new
Yes.
friends.
Well,
You must introduce me.
correction, I don't believe any of these are new friends.
But I have not met them.
The teapot looks sad.
Mother, why have you forsaken me? I think there'll be plenty of introductions, time predictions later, but
Hi, Luna. Good to see you again.
I believe it is bedtime for the youngins.
How do you know my name?
You and I were friends. We're friends. I fell out of a vent in the ship.
Oh, I did not recognize you because now you look different.
Recognize you because we brought you to hell.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a fair point, Luna.
I have come to fetch you, Darius, because we are talking about our plan to go to the Hellforge and deal with the archy demon there. And we need you to make something super duper cool that he's gonna try on so he takes off his invulnerable his armor that doesn't let him get hurt.
I'm not sure how much we're basing this in actual D&D stuff, but would I need to do a religion check to know the difference between devils and demons?
No, you get that for free. Upon hearing them, you say this, Luna, the dragon just said, "Oh, cool, can I come?"
Absolutely not.
I'm getting mixed signals.
I look at Luna. Luna,
Yeah.
I think for the moment we should err on the side of safety and allow the children to stay on the ship. If
Oh,
we
but
can...
he's older than a lot. I don't know how old I am, but he's older than a lot of people.
You are also much more capable in combat.
I am very capable in combat. And then they like shoot out a little tuft of poison. See, I'm combat ready.
I'm going to very gently
That's a death flag.
Yeah,
Will.
I'm very gently going to put my hand on top of their head and sort of force them onto the ground from flying, and just like, I beg to differ.
They kind of like they try to nip at you, but they can't like bring their neck up enough to nip at you. Like, yeah. They're like a much less effective Cacio.
I will say this, little one, clarifying. If you wish to eventually join us, there will be a series of trials that you will have to pass to prove your skill, and we will need time to prepare for those. So this adventure you will not be able to participate in, but I'm not saying no to future adventures.
All right, it's a promise. I'm going to hold you that I'm going to hold you to that.
That's fine. And I kind of bring my tail out and make a little, like, almost like a hook with it. We can shake on it. Tail to tail.
They take a hook with their like devil dragon tail.
Yeah.
Shake your tail.
On my world, this is a sacred bond.
Cuts to Nito. Did Darius just get married to... No.
I'm gonna sail right by that.
That's what I imagine. What I imagine like the Mao marriage ceremony is though. Like they like link tails and then they like
I
walk
imagined
down
it
the
more
aisle.
a lot of like
Not the fucking
nuzzling.
Avatar.
Is that Avatar?
The blue
The
people.
Avatar tails.
Was that the
The
blue?
hair.
Their tails are weird.
They like
because
take their braids and they're like.
Yeah, no, like I'm not saying like
tips.
not like the attaching to each other way, like with like the holding, like imagine like holding hands like down the aisle with like your partner when you're like leaving the wedding.
The real
But with your
weird thing
tail.
about Avatar is they do that for sex and also do that to like ride animals around. And it's
Don't
really
think too
creepy.
hard about that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's really creepy. It was
Yeah.
either not thought out enough or too thought
Too
out.
thought out.
Too thought out.
And I,
You'd think with like 10 years in the making, they might have thought a little bit harder about it. So I might agree with you that it was err on the side of thinking too much.
Anyway. Darius, you abscond from the ship.
Well, I do get them like, I do say, but the trials will only be possible
It's
if you.
Mimi. I did not recognize you. I am sorry.
Nothing to apologize for. It's all right.
I wasn't talking
Pat,
to
pat.
you.
On the Mimi, not you. I'm not.
Oh,
That would be
okay.
condescending to Luna. But I'm just gonna say to our little friend that the trials will only be possible if you stay safe on the ship for now. So you can begin like I've heard of martial artists on my world doing image training, where you sit and you think really hard about doing combat and physical things.
But
Oh,
why
I
would
have
we
a
not
game
just
for
do
that.
them?
Well,
They,
you should do that training on your game while we're gone.
yeah.
There may be a test, so be prepared.
You see the baby dragon fly back into the vents, and they come out with like VR headset.
I'm just gonna check. It doesn't have one of those things that at the back that like will burn the person's nervous system if they die or
No,
something.
it does not. I'm not going to SAO the
Someone
baby dragon.
made that in real life, and I'm like, why?
And it's available.
No, Will, it
Will,
doesn't
you
actually
did
have
not,
any
you
cool.
were
It
not
doesn't.
getting that for
No,
yourself.
it doesn't have a real virtual reality game. It's just a
Oh.
game headset that will kill you.
Oh, never mind. That's not fun.
It's like the joke. I'm this famous author who created the famous novel as a cautionary tale, The Torment Nexus. New tech bro. We have created the Torment Nexus from the famous novel. Oh God, please do not create the Torment Nexus. But yes, I'm going to seal the kids in the ship, make sure they have, the room to run around in for enrichment, and plenty of snacks. I don't know if they're hell snacks now. I don't know. Deviled eggs.
They are deviled eggs.
That's just a little too much paprika. Get some of the paprika off.
Mhm.
All right. And I just kind of like, as soon as we're off the ship and the door's sealed, I'm standing next to Luna. Darius just kind of deflates, like, oh, I'm not used to having to negotiate with children. That was exhausting.
Are you okay?
I voluntarily take a level of exhaustion. No.
Okay.
I do not do that. I am fine now. I just get very nervous around children. They are small and often very fragile and make poor decisions.
Okie dokie.
I once had to stop a child from eating a hot coal in a forge. I was terrified that I wouldn't get there in time.
Do you think it would taste good?
No, I think it would taste pain. And not like good spicy food pain. It would be like, eating something that's pain. I don't know how else
I
to
bet you
describe it.
there is somebody out there who likes to eat hot coals.
I mean, if they have an immunity to fire damage, I'm sure it would be an interesting sensation. I am resistant to fire damage, so
So you should try it.
I could try a very small one. But I'm not going to right now because you said that Evie wants to see us.
You should try one when we get to the Hellforge. Okay,
I'm
let us
afraid
go.
there would be evil embers in the Hellforge. And I don't want to put anything like that in my body. Thank you very much. Let's go see Evie.
Let's go see Evie.
Yeah.
And Vin.
Yeah, Vim too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Vim might be sleeping now.
Vim's also here.
Are they awake? I know they've got important duties in the dreamscape.
I
People vibes.
I'm gonna to hold off on my dream adventures until we're out of hell, because I feel like I might fuck things up for a lot of people.
Corley still has nightmares. So
Vibes are dangerous.
So sometimes you self-manifest things, and there's nothing anybody can do about that.
But is that the case here? Anyway, I'm assuming the group will then fill me in on the plan.
Yes.
So we need to somehow separate this individual from their armor, because the armor itself is invincible or indestructible, what have you. Which is a fascinating concept to me from a technical standpoint.
There was something
Apparently,
about
it is a secret to everybody except
a
for him.
secret recipe. Who was the man
Interesting.
keeping the recipe again? Maybe we can pay him a visit.
That was just the devil.
Yes, the Archdevil. The Archdevil, the Forge of the Hellion Forge actually created it with the aid of a outlander of sorts, someone who borrows some space in the forge for a lab that they had set up there many years ago.
Oh, figures he would fuck things up.
Do we know the name of this
Are
individual?
you assuming it's Amerlin?
No, it's Teletia. We already know
Oh,
that
okay,
Teletia had a
cool.
lab here.
Rhymes with
Okay,
Nemo.
Not Melanimo.
The
Who's
worst.
that?
Finding Melanimo.
I hear that is when you have a mole that you need to get checked.
That's what I'm
know,
calling.
I-
Oh my god, I'm calling that Melanimo from now on.
I just wanted to make something known to everyone because this is something new I have access to, and you are all often smarter than me and might think of a clever use for this at some point. I do now have access to fabricate, so if at some point we need to just sort of make something and we're not in any immediate danger, I can take 10 minutes and I can just sort of like make anything out of the corresponding material. It's not just my forged domain like metal thing anymore. It only takes 10 minutes now. I think my forged domain thing takes like an hour. So if we need something like, I don't know, a key, I just need raw
Interesting.
materials. And it can be no larger than medium. So
Well, Darius, if you were to make the most amazing armor you could ever conceive of, what would you make?
Or is that inconceivable?
I would probably make a full set of plate armor, but it's all encompassing, but it would not restrict your movements because it is made of a dizzying amount of smaller interlocking plates. So it would almost be like slightly larger kind of dragon scales where everything is sort of connected, and if you hit it, it essentially becomes a solid piece just because of the way it's structured, but it still moves like individual pieces, giving you a lot of freedom of movement. That would take obviously a long time to make a full set of armor that way because each individual piece would not only need to be fashioned correctly, but it would need to be set in such a way that it would work properly with the rest of the entire set. Everything has to fit together properly, or the whole thing would eventually probably jam up. And Darius just sort of starts going on and on about this and starts talking about different forging processes and everything. He's you ask someone about their hobby interest.
Yeah. All right, and how long do you think it would take for you to make such a thing? With our help, of course.
I mean, it would also depend on the materials I have at hand. While I do have a lot of abilities now that allow me to create things in a lot less time, I do need raw materials of the grade we'd want. While I could use fabricate to probably make the larger part of a piece of armor, like an armor like this, I would need good materials, like just making it out of like pig iron or something, or just scrap metal would not result in a good suit of armor. It would technically be very amazing, I imagine, but the stability of it is entirely dependent on the materials it's made out of.
But we want the
Bless
bad
you.
guy to wear this, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Are we trying to be
Wouldn't it
deceptive?
be better if it just like fell apart on him and then he had no armor and then I could hit him with a sword?
Well, theoretically, we would not even have to lie. We would just have to say that this is proof of concept, and we
As
did not
long
want
as
to
it looked
use an
amazing,
expensive material
would
like
they know?
mithril to make it for the first time. That this was a first draft, and he would get to be the first to wear this new technology, and
But
that it
we
could
are
later on be made in a different metal, which is all true.
So this is in a way we are creating a gift for someone that is in fact sabotage.
like a horse.
Yes.
Or are we just trying to get them to take off their invincible armor and try this on?
Mostly that. But I mean, if you think you can make something that is appropriately deceptive in that way, then I suppose it's worth a try.
I should also ask, because this will be important detail, do we know the dimensions of this particular demon? Are they, and I gesture at mostly Evie and Luna,
Oh, the imp. The imp would know.
or are they, like a large creature? Because that will take longer.
I honestly, we've never seen them outside of their armor. The armor they wear, and they will summon like a little like painting that has like scale. The armor they wear, and they look like a huge creature in their armor.
That's a bit of a problem.
Oh, maybe they can change sizes.
Or maybe
I-
you just make huge armor.
Well, it just my fabricate spell, for example, can only make something a medium size, and a huge creature I think is like 4 medium creatures, and I only have
In a trench
three.
coat.
I only have 3 spell slots for this spell, and I would rather not waste, because that's the. Is it? No, okay. It's not the spell slot that it has Revivify necessarily, but I would also hate to spend my 1 5th level thing just lower casting Fabricate. We
I
could.
mean, I suppose if that's all we're doing for a few days, then that might just have to be what it is.
Oh,
You were planning on making this in multiple small pieces anyway, so
well,
Yeah, we do not have to go tomorrow.
oh, I
or
was.
maybe we do, but we just spent that time in the forge.
I'm perfectly happy to do this. It seems like a good idea to me. You guys, I think, have a better grasp of this situation than I do. If we have time, I'm more than willing to expend the spell slots, especially if I can rest. I'm just gonna make sure I'm reading Fabricate right.
The imp speaks up. Alternatively, if you're looking for materials, you could also try soul forging.
What is that?
Well, in use in hell here, it's where you take a soul and forge it into something else. It sometimes, though, I heard that people can use like parts of their own soul or like parts of like latent soul energy for it. Those are sort of like lost to time. We don't really know much about it here. That's sort of the Hellion Forges domain. But if you were able to, speak to some of them there, I'm sure people would. I'm sure you could learn the craft.
I'm perfectly happy just to work with. To clarify, I appreciate the offer. I think I'm uncomfortable with the concept.
I'm intrigued by the concept, but okay.
I am confused by the concept.
From
I
a
mean-
scientific perspective, it's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, like there's tales of like old devils who would harden their own souls into armor that could better protect them.
So what if, like, for curiosity and for science, we all just decided that we should have one thing that has a soul in it, and I'll carry it.
What
Whose
would that
soul?
do for science?
Wait, do
You
think
could observe
Swordfriend
and see
is
what it's like.
soul forged? Swordfriend has a soul.
Are you sure?
That's a good point, Luna. I mean,
This-
Swordfriend is sentient to a certain degree. That
That's-
may be a person.
This is correct. I am a soul forged weapon.
Oh,
Technically
you
speaking.
remember more things now.
Yes, that rang a bell. To be fair, it has never come up in conversation.
So
I'm
gonna-
glad the immediate thing is like, let me use this to call you out.
I'm sorry. I'm in a spicy mood tonight, I guess.
I'm gonna quickly left turn the conversation a little bit. Just to clarify, I should be attempting to make a suit of armor in several parts for this huge creature that will impress them, possibly not just from the technical and, you know, level of protectiveness, but also possibly from an aesthetic one. We're trying to impress them.
It doesn't need to necessarily be for them. They've removed their armor to get a better look at other goods that have been made at the Hellion Forge that are very intricate and intriguing.
Clarification.
Yes.
To try on?
Not to try on, but to get a better, closer look. Their armor is very protective, but it doesn't give them much opportunity to see.
Could
sorry,
you
I'm-
draw a
I'm-
picture of
I'm very
them in the
confused by
armor?
that. They,
Yeah.
They can't see well within their armor and they
I
have
don't
to
know,
take
maybe
it off
it's-
to look at things?
Maybe it's like the Juggernaut helmet.
Well, if they-
he's
if
got
they-
really tiny eye holes.
If they want like a really good look at things and to be able to handle them very tactilely, yes, that is the case. It is basically like the Juggernaut armor. It is a massive metal suit that has like a very thin eye slit.
Alright, I'm just gonna make what I think would be a interesting and aesthetically pleasing suit of armor to a devil, and so that essentially means every scale of this intricately made scale mail will have little horns, like a little spike. It'll be like thorn armor.
I wish it was like cosplay armor. Like it looks incredibly impressive, but like it's foam and cardboard.
I mean, I can make things out of foam. Target raw materials that you can see within range. As long as you get me the materials, I can technically make almost anything.
What if you made armor out of marshmallows, and because they are a devil and it is hell, it just gets like toasted?
It should also be noted I can't make magic items with this.
What in the menu is that, Rosalie?
I have not seen Delicious in the Dungeon.
No, the menu.
I've not seen the menu.
Oh, spoilers for the ending of the menu. They take everyone who doesn't escape the murderous chef and turn them into a s'more.
Oh,
Yes,
The movie takes a turn.
it takes a turn.
I did not watch it.
It is not a Rosalie friendly movie.
It does not sound that from your description. It does not sound like
I
it
had
would be
some
for
Are we
lovely
me.
talking about the
s'mores.
menu?
Yes,
Apparently.
it is not a Rosalie friendly movie
Well, because Will was like, "What in the menu was that, Rosalie?" You know, like,
because
what?
she's like
It's
turn him into a
definitely
s'more.
not worse than Game of Thrones.
Fair.
Which I
I,
watched
I,
on
think,
Fest.
I think you could watch certain parts of it like that. The horror of it has more to do with the like. Yeah, I almost the psychological element of it. The like, how did it get to this place?
I believe that. I think Billy watched it and was like, maybe you skip this one, Rose.
It's a little heavy-handed with its messaging anyway. Anya Taylor-Joy is a delight in it, but
I
besides
adore
that, you're
her
not
in
missing
general,
that
but-
much.
Anyway, so yeah, I guess I'm interested to get started working on this. So
On the marshmallow armor. Yes.
sure.
That sounds like a
Um,
nickname the Dark Souls community has for some like random armor,
That's it.
doesn't it, Matt? Like, oh, this is the marshmallow armor.
It would not surprise me. I should ask what materials I might be able to get for mixing this. If there's like non-soul based, like hell iron, something that would appeal to our target, I'd be happy to do work with that.
Well, we don't really have we don't really have many like raw materials here. That's sort of the Hellion Forges deal. I'm afraid they sort of have monopoly on it.
I just had a. Okay, so they say they take their armor off or something to look at things, but what if I just made them like a really impressive helm / crown to appeal to their both craftsmanship and vanity or something? Like a helm of domination or something.
And as long as it gets him to take off the armor of invulnerability, then
Well, then probably not then. Maybe a helm and chest plate. That'll only take 20 minutes, and I won't use up all my level 4 spell slots.
Oh,
Okay.
okie dokie.
But we could also rest, too.
this is true. There's nothing to say that we couldn't finish this piece and then take a nap and then show it to him. You know what I mean?
A long nap.
Yes.
That's perfectly fine. So if we're committed to doing that, I can spend 30 minutes. I will use all 3 of my level 4 spell slots. I'll make a really cool looking helm, chest piece, and some spiky smack'em and bash'em gauntlets.
Okay.
If you want.
And you're
If
just
we're
using
taking
a spell for
long
that, Matt?
rest-
Sorry?
You're just using a spell for that?
Well, here's the thing. Normally, you can't actually make armor with fabricate, but because I have proficiency with the tools associated with it, I can.
So you are just using a spell slot for it, though.
I will be using 3 spell slots because
Cool.
if this is a huge creature, I can only make one medium-sized thing at a time. So,
Okay.
but the way Darius does fabricate is he sits down, kind of cat cross-legged or something, kind of puts his hands down at his sides in kind of an open fashion, and his hammer down in front of him, and it slowly kind of rises up into the air and glows, kind of gold light, and little sparks just kind of swirl around it. And in front of him, in front of like the hammer and all that, the raw materials sort of float up into the air and they start orbiting around and being reshaped and stuff. And for each piece that takes 10 minutes, this happens, and the thing just sort of like assembles in midair. He's sort of like forging it with his mind.
Fair enough.
I've learned advanced techniques as I've leveled up. And it saves on, waste. And the forging process. There's, because I'm just reshaping this stuff, I don't have to worry about making any mistakes or having to heat up my own forge or anything. It's all just sort of coming from my own soul now. So I would like to think of this as soul forged, but, that's technically not true.
Like it to be?
Well, in a metaphysical sense, everything I make has a piece of my soul in it, but not in a literal sense.
So this, unfortunately, is not a true soul forged item.
No, I am still dubious about, because we don't even know if Sword Friend consented to becoming a sword thing. They don't have their memories, so
They do not. Although there are certain context clues that the party has currently that have actually given you all a lot of information about Sword Friend. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Who said that?
Me. No, it's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm doing this. Takes about 30 minutes to make the 3 pieces. I'm just, I guess if I'm using whatever metal I could find, like I don't really need necessarily a lot because like it is literally just taking the total mass of whatever I'm using and reshaping it.
This is the issue. They do not have access to raw material components here.
They have no metal they're not using. They don't have a sword or other piece of armor.
Any sort of metal or material that is not being used is immediately sent to the Hellion Forge, as per the laws of Hell.
What beggars are we working
At
for?
the
Jesus.
forge. Because that's the whole thing, is that we like seeing pieces that were made at the forge.
Well, could we go to the forge then?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
All right.
If you all do want to head there, you are given access to a Hellion chariot, which imagine, if you will, a jeep, basically.
What is this Hellion chariot made out of?
It is made out of metal.
Then why didn't we just use that?
Do
But whatever.
you
We're
want to
going.
attempt to use this chariot?
Well,
No. We're committed.
saying-
We're going.
would that mean we'd have to walk to the forge?
Yes.
Oh, they only have one chariot then.
They have one chariot they can let you use. Yes.
Oh, okay.
These are expensive to build. Do you know how many souls are in this thing? It has
What-
like 24 soul power.
I'm just
I hope that's more efficient than horsepower, because otherwise that sucks.
worried we're
Do horses
taking.
have souls?
No.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Darius.
Somehow that's worse.
I love how definitive Will was about that.
Like all animals have souls except horses.
Except for horses, yes. Horses are soulless.
That ant has a soul, but this horse, no.
No, horses do not have souls.
Why?
Asking the big questions here.
Who hurt you?
All those great horses in Disney movies, soulless abominations.
No,
What you
no.
got against horses, Will?
Just in this world, there's just no the horses do not have souls in the Calling Chronicle.
They're just a
CU.
very specific kind of flesh golem.
Why don't they have souls, Will?
We need
Do
to
you
investigate
want
this.
the lore? Do you want the honest lore answer? Make me a history check. This is a thing that I have thought about.
Will has a grudge against Poseidon.
21.
So Evie,
Yes.
ancient history of the universe. Also
Oh.
Luna,
Wow.
ancient history of the universe, which very fitting
Right.
that Luna would also be able to remember this and recall this. Souls. The horses used to have souls. They had souls for a very long time. But then there was once a horse who had gained sentience, who went and made a bet with a god in charge of gambling at the time. They lost this bet, and because they lost the bet and the wording of the bet, every horse lost its soul.
What god of gambling?
Tetamundo.
That
And
fucker.
How did that one horse have the, ownership of all the other horses' souls?
He was the perfect horse.
In the same way that every friend Luna's ever met was on the line.
Yes.
And all this because I was just thinking of like, man, if soul power is equal to horsepower, we're basically driving to the forge on a lawnmower.
We got some secret world lore.
Okay.
Secret world lore. Secret world lore.
Listen, I have some very specific bits of lore in this universe. You stumbled
Also-
upon one of them.
Also, I'm going to encourage.
I did not think it would ever become relevant, but apparently it did.
I'm also going to encourage, while we get in this chariot, for Evie to put on their special helm.
I don't have a special helm.
Sorry, no, Luna to put on her special
Oh, the
helm.
noise protecty one?
Well, yeah, mostly because we're also in a moving vehicle that seemingly has no roof, so I am worried about you falling out or leaping out at some point in case you see something shiny, so I want you to wear a helmet.
But also don't jump out.
Yeah, also don't do that. This isn't licensed to jump out. It can only protect you from a certain percentage of accidents, not the all accidents, so you're not...
Jumping is one of my special skills.
Yes, but wait till the
You're very
vehicle is no
good.
longer moving.
I have a carpet friend. Could I fly around?
You could also do that.
Yes, if
I
you would
mean-
like.
If horsepower is equal to soul power, the carpet's probably faster.
The fun fact: the carpet, Rose in hell has like this
Bullshit.
has like red tassels now,
Hot.
red and black tassels.
Hot.
What? Listen,
Are they a little sparkly?
yes. You know what? I'm going to fucking lean into this. You
Oh, are you?
degenerates.
Oh no.
Oh, but
Would you like to
Say it,
use
Matthew,
would you
say
like
it.
to use the flying carpet as materials for magical armor, Matt? I'll let
No.
you do it.
no.
Please don't take my magic carpet. Will regrets giving it to me.
I don't regret giving it to you. I'm very happy to give it to you. I'm very happy to give McKenna a cloak of displacement. We have many
Lies.
options.
You lie like a rug, but not like the magic carpet
Like
rug.
magic-
Like a regular non-flying rug. That's how you lie.
Listen, I can turn sideways and make us draw 7 cards after discarding our hand.
I mean,
What's that mean?
technically magic carpets are still lying. They're just lying on the air.
It's what the whole new world song does in Lorcana.
Are you trying to threaten me with trading cards?
I mean, if it's a trap
That's
card,
so
you don't know.
fucking lame. I don't even have words for it.
Careful, you might activate, a face down card.
Oh, Matthew. Come on, man.
There are no face down cards in Lorcana.
Not
Give
yet.
it,
Dang.
give it time. They're introducing new mechanics all the time.
Stop tapping your land cards and start touching grass. That's all I have to say about that.
I would love to stop because I think mana is a garbage mechanic. Yes, because you know what we need in an RNG based game is more RNG.
You.
Yeah.
Anyway, so are we
Anyway.
at the forge?
I'm very bitter.
You
I
are
love
making
RNG.
you are making your way through hell. It is a surprisingly civilized site. It's mostly like, imagine like very brutalist architecture. Just add some more spikes onto it.
Brutalism. Yuck.
Yes. You are in hell.
Well, yeah, but they can have some cool Gothic architecture or something. Like, listen,
It's
have you
brutalism.
ever seen a Catholic church? Like, they're crazy over there. They do crazy shit. But the architecture?
Too pleasant for hell.
Damn.
That's why it's brutalism. Brutalism is the worst architecture, so it is in hell.
True.
There you go. Yeah, there's like benches that have like little spikes every few feet on them.
Oh, so this is just Los Angeles.
Yes. And Winnipeg now, because we got those benches.
Why?
Which ones?
The ones that stop people from sleeping on them.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, we got plenty of other benches too.
Yes.
We just don't have benches.
Fair enough. But yes, you do eventually make it towards the area of the Hellion Forge. It is a large sort of city section. There are many different forges. Some of them have like demon mouths, some of them have devil mouths. A couple of them appear to have like a whole bunch of like imps inside of them burning to heat the forge. What?
Why did no one else react to that?
You know, I'm just thinking about how you're in hell, and it seems like you wouldn't need to do all this to heat things, so this seems like a choice.
To be fair,
Yes.
hell being hot could just be a stereotype. Like,
I don't know, everything I've seen art-wise, even for like 5e anyway, still suggests it's hot.
I mean, my hell is being trapped in a small room where it's uncomfortably warm but not hot, and there are like a million people around me having conversations with each other, and I have to listen to them, and it's just the worst.
You're also get a test after at the end of it. If you fail it, you have to go back in the room and listen to everything.
No, I
again.
just never get to leave the room.
But yes, so the area of the Hellion Forge is impressive. There are forges as far as the eye can see, small forges, big forges, but basically going down, it's a large like sort of bowl structure, very much like the spark of creation. It's a forge like divine land. It's a sort of like large circular area that just goes down and down and down, and there's forges on every level until you get to the very bottom of it, where there is a massive forge that appears to send heat to each of the different forges as well.
Do we have any indication
Mhm.
if we'll just be able to appropriate whatever materials we need, or do we need a permit?
Do you want to go talk to a devil forge? There appears to be like one guy who's just covered in chains who's just working on something.
Sure. Let's talk to the chain man.
Yeah, as you approach them, they appear to be working on some more chains. That as they forge them, the chains attach to themselves, and they basically as they're like they forge the chains, their chain hair gets longer.
Hold on a sec. Would you say they wear the chains they forged in life? Did they make them link by link, yard by yard, girded them of their own free will, and of their own free will they wore it?
Yes, Ghosted Christmas.
No, that's just Marley.
Marley. Oh, yes, Marley.
I don't know. I've always liked that line. Hellish greetings, sir or madam. I can't tell under all the chains.
They keep forging.
Oh, you've gotten a villain point. Claudio seemed shocked that there was a villain point given.
Kachi is just deeply offended that I am holding him like this and kissing him.
So, fetch me more imps. And a little little devil, like a little like red devil, runs out from the forge and goes and grabs what appears to be a bucket of imps.
It's the face he makes when he's trying to bite something, but there's nothing in front of him to bite.
Much like a bucket of crabs, it's just a bucket of imps, and they just dump them into the forge, and then they start turning into chains.
So what's the lowdown on imps, Will? Are they like bored in hell, or are they like the souls of bad, terrible people?
Make me a religion check.
I mean,
Oh,
according to the hell of the boss world building.
What if I know exactly? What if it were what if it were a history check?
No, this is a religion check because
Alright,
imps are a demonic creature.
Oh, 21, not 19. I'll
Much
take
better
it.
than mine.
Well, to be fair, the Spark doesn't really have devils in their mythology, Matt.
No,
The devil in the Sparks like sort of mythology is the act of creation.
yes.
But for the sake of not creation, but for the sake of destruction.
The spark, the belief system of the spark is like a way of life. It's not like a cosmology. There are not, the greater choirs and lesser choirs of the spark and stuff. Biblically accurate sparks, no.
Evie, you know that imps specifically are basically manifestations of what people believe to be the core of the planet. So basically they're at the energy of the planet itself manifesting, and then it's just being expended. It's like photosynthesis, except it's photoimpthesis.
So this is like the oxygen that the plants give off, theoretically, in that analogy.
Yes.
But instead of oxygen, they are just like the manifestation of all of the evil in the world, technically.
Basically.
Because hell is an evil place.
But, well, not innately evil, but yes. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm fine.
You getting your thumb screws?
I
Hold on.
am now curious
Yes.
because there has to be some weirdo offshoot of the Spark worshippers that make it like way more of a thing, that make it like way more of a, I guess, like system with a hierarchy, and I kind of want to meet those people.
Oh, heretics.
That is actually, ironically enough, you did meet those people. They were the people working with the Calistogene Order, too.
Well, I guess I want to meet them without the context of everything being like completely.
Remember the guy who hated me for no reason?
I wanna meet them on like a day-to-day element of them having this hierarchy, and them just in their like how they portray that.
Why exactly?
Because I think it would be funny.
In what way? Explain the joke to me.
It's not a joke. It's a situation that would be funny. It's not that there's a punchline.
It's a situational comedy then.
I guess you could say that. Yeah, the people that are trying to put a hierarchy to this idea that like your version of it is very much not a hierarchy, and them trying to like shoehorn it all in.
I didn't expect an examination of religion when we're in hell, but I guess I should have.
Well, it is an inherently religious place, Darius.
Yes, more imps for my chains. Then.
So I don't have to feel bad about using the imps for soul forging because they're technically not real.
Yes, they are essentially a resource, and they're not even all that sentient. And you see like one of the imps just like walking around in a circle, like in the bucket. It's like crabs.
No, they're literally like computer generated NPCs or something.
Oh,
No.
so we're just repurposing AI for
It's
better, more creative purposes.
For art?
recycling.
Yes.
Great. Well, I guess that means that we can use materials.
I mean, there's a big stack of metal ingots over there. That
There
look
is
pretty
there's a
attractive.
big stack of metal ingots over there.
Okay, then I guess we can
The
use
the
big
chain
stack
devil
of
will
metal.
say, yes, you're free to use metal if you like, but it is not nearly as powerful as forging the souls into a item.
That sounds like a challenge. And I'm gonna go over and do my work on the things now that I have raw materials.
Tell me
Something
more about these imps having souls. If they are just a manifestation of the energy in the planet, how does that energy get transformed from
It's
energy into a soul?
honestly, we don't know. It's just sort of the best equivalency that we could create for sort of explaining it.
I think it's like a retroactive definition thing.
Yeah.
I have a sword friend who was soul forged. Can you tell me anything about this sword?
Do you present the sword?
You have an icky smile when you say that. I'm not letting go of it, but like I show it.
As you present the sword, there is a fear in this devil's eyes. It looks at you and it immediately backs away from the forge, like forge, like one of their chains is only half done. Keep that thing away from me.
Oh, I just found it. Could you tell me, like, what is it?
That is a monstrosity in your hands.
Oh,
Why-
that is not very nice. It is just a
That seems
sword.
rude.
Well, it's clearly more than a sword to them. So what is your issue with this sword?
You don't feel it? Feel the energy coming off of that thing. That's disgusting.
Disgusting.
I'm sorry. I forgive my ignorance, but why is it disgusting?
It would be easier just to show you. Can I do a thing?
Like holds it out.
Yeah, and they will put a chain onto Sword Friend, and as they put this chain onto Sword Friend, coming out of Sword Friend is this almost undulating purple glow.
Co.
It is eldritch in nature. It is otherworldly.
Co.
That is not a natural thing. That is some sort of monstrosity.
Oh, I am sorry.
Coming
I will
from
put
a
it away.
Hellforge.
Oh yeah, but what was Ko known for?
Oh no, I Rose understand. Hence why
Yes.
I kept saying co.
No. That was directed more at Matthew.
I have a question about these soul forges. If these are kind of part of the planet energy, and obviously each one individually is small, but if these things are taken away, what does that? Does that just like reduce the net amount of energy in the cycle here?
Eventually, all things return to this planet. You know, anything that's made here eventually breaks or is destroyed.
Uh, yes.
Honestly, I don't really understand it all that well myself. I am just a devil. I just do this for fun. This is sort of all aesthetic work for me. I've been trying out, and they like turn around and you see this like long braided chain. I've been trying out some new stuff with this. I think I really like this look on myself.
Yes, very nice.
It's nice.
Well, okay, good to know. We will use metal and maybe souls. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
Darius, upon hearing Evie say maybe souls, what is your physical reaction to that?
I'm in my work right now, so I can't really react. I'm casting a spell for 10 minutes at a time. I
Fair
just
enough.
kind of maybe side-eye her a little bit.
Sorry, I was trying to
Uh,
edit
fine.
something and it just like clicked in.
Understandable. Well, Darius, do you need any help?
No? Alright. Darius, you will expend the time in the spell slots to create your armor set. Upon its completion, you do have it.
I appreciate that.
And as you finish it up, people seem rather unbothered. You can see a number of smiths who have been working on things up here, taking their items down towards the central forge. And it sort of appears to be a long walk.
All right. I kind of bundle this all up in a big, on top of like a big sheet, and then tie up the four corners to almost make, like old, what is it, a bindle or a spindle? What do you call it? In movies with the little sack that hobos carry on the trains.
Bindle.
Yup.
A bindle. Except it's very large and it's very heavy because it's full of, spiky
Metal.
plate mail.
That's fair. You eventually make it down to the bottom where there is a small queue that has formed. It takes about 10 minutes to get down, but there is luckily a trolley system that makes the whole process much faster. You do eventually make it down to the bottom with the party. There is a queue that has formed. There's about 4 people ahead of you. Darius, and one of the devils walks up towards this like massive Hellion forge. It is just the forge itself, and inside of the forge you can see some sort of figure working on something. However, as they are working on something, a smith walks up to the flames of the forge, and you hear a voice say, "Do you place your soul in this craft and its power?" The smith says, "Yes, I do." And as they present it, the Hellion forge breathes fire onto it. The forge itself does so. And as the metal melts down, it covers the devil, and they cease to exist and explode into a whole bunch of imps that are
Is that
then
mandatory?
immediately grabbed and collected.
Is there someone in line in front of us? I can just sort of lean down and ask,
Yes.
is that supposed to happen? Clarifying?
Well, yes. When you present to the Hellion Forge, it is meant to be your greatest work, and if it is deemed unworthy, you are returned to the energy of the planet.
What if
If
one
it is
did not?
deemed worthy?
If it's deemed worthy, the flames part and open, and allow you access to the inner Hellion Forge.
Hmm.
What happens if you're not originally from the energy of the planet, though?
Your soul is converted into energy.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
No one mentioned this before.
What happens if you don't want to be turned into energy?
Well, then I suppose you could attempt to protect yourself, but is the Hellion Forges the hottest heat at the center of hell itself? The very planet's essence is being used to fuel this forge. There is only one forge that is hotter, and that one has not been accessible for, to us for many years, but apparently just a few days ago, the person who had taken ownership of it had gone into it and worked on something.
Who took ownership of it?
An outlander. We do
That
not know.
fucker. Kill him.
Hmm.
Well,
Darius, if you need it, I could give maybe some of my soul.
no,
No.
I am fairly confident that there will be no threat or need of anyone to deal or sacrifice any sort of soul energy.
It is my fault that
Um,
we are here, so if there is a need, I will give some.
Clarify, we are a team. Your problems are our problems, and it is not a burden or an obligation. We wish to help you, and so we will do it. We are, in a way, all sword friend. Though, don't try picking up Vim and swinging them around like a sword. I don't think that would work well for either of you.
I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because all we're trying to do is to get him to take off his armor and put this on so that we can fight.
To clarify, are so we're not getting like a rest after we got this to do?
I mean, we can right now, but we'd have to rest like right now and then come back.
Yeah. Well, we're already here. And honestly, the only thing that I was going to be able to use for my level 4 spell slots probably weren't actually going to be useful against anything here. Like Banishment, I don't think would be useful against demons that are already in hell. Wall of Fire, probably a non-starter.
No.
So that was all my offensive spells for level 4.
It just seems to be interesting enough for him to take his armor off to check it out.
Also, another clarification. He takes it off and then we're just going to fight him while in the queue? Or are we just going to try and grab the armor and run?
Oh,
It is
that
too
might...
large to grab and run.
The next person
Probably.
goes up. You are now the next people in line.
Right.
Yeah, I think we just
I
might
will-
have to go for it because I
will
don't think we're going to be able
grab him
to
with
lure
my
him
sword
out.
friend. Yes.
All right, well, I
Um,
mean, yeah, this
I
guy
will
is
surprise attack him.
Okay. I will follow your all lead.
See
My
it
part has already
coming.
been sort of done in this, but I will back you all up.
does
I
the
do not feel good about this plan.
does the party
it's
step
a plan
forward?
at least. We usually don't have a plan. So.
Yes.
Yes.
As you step forward, the voice booms. Present your offering to the Hellion Forge.
I present it. I request an inspection beforehand, where I have literally poured my very magic into this work with my own my ingenuity and my craftsmanship, and I would be honored for an appraisal, but only if it is done with full eyes open,
Yes, because you are
full
on the
hands-on
far wanderer.
inspection, please. Yes.
The Hellion Forge shall judge your item. Hold it up.
I mean, it is in 3 parts. I will do my best. I sort of try and hold it up like a mannequin stand of armor without...
Your friends may help you.
No, that's fine. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't. My -1 strength is not going to do a whole lot
Vin
here.
can fly though.
I quickly make
hold
up-
the
I can
helmet.
fly.
With just things I've got on me, I quickly make like a
Oh,
little armor
stupid.
stand that I can just put it all on.
As the Hellion Forge bellows begin to erupt in flame to begin the judgment of this item, the fire bursts forward. Each of you holding a piece of this armor, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Don't like that.
You have a +5.
I mean,
Yeah.
aren't any of us
addition to
holding
what
an
you
armor?
already
I'll
Yep.
need it.
Anyone holding a piece of the armor needs to make a con save.
But I put it on an armor rack. No, is no one listening to me? No.
But oh god,
I
the
did
additional
say
everything
that
was
I
being
was
all at
going to
once.
help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I said I would just put it on an armor rack. but I
28
guess-
and an 18.
Luna,
Oh, was I helping?
were you
I
helping?
don't think that. I think there were only 3 pieces though, so I
Yeah,
don't think.
so there you go.
I was preparing to stab.
I
You
mean,
just have
could-
sword
you
friend
could-
out.
You could argue that
No,
one
no,
person
it's
each
behind
could
my
hold
back,
one of the
very
gauntlets,
much.
but
As the metal begins to heat in your hands, Darius, in your mind, you alone hear a voice. Do you truly think this is worthy?
yes, I don't do anything by half measures. Every task I undertake, from the most mundane cooking utensil to the most intricate suit of armor, I apply all my skills and everything I have learned. That is the soul of what the Spark of Creation has taught us.
The fires bellow again, the heat intensifies. Another con save for everyone for me.
Oh.
I didn't
You'll
lie.
have +5.
You didn't lie. You still have +5 though.
Oh, 13. That's not great.
18
You want to roll
with a
again and get a
+5.
7?
The 18 succeed. The 13
Oh,
fails.
You know what? Yeah, we're kind of late in the game. We'll do a hero point and see if I can get a 7. I can.
I mean, if I knew this was going to happen, I could have given us all protection from energy too. But
This is what hero points do for me.
I'm sorry.
Vim, because Rose manifested it, you will take 14 points of fire damage. Do you keep holding on to the item?
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like we're done yet. So.
All right. Darius, make me
Yep.
a smithing tools check using charisma as your modifier. Or wisdom. Charisma or wisdom?
I would prefer wisdom, honestly.
Charisma or wisdom to defend your creation?
Actually, wisdom is already my stat for my smith's tools. So I'm just going to roll. Press this button, I think. 17? I'm going to hero point that because that's
Go
only
for
an
it.
8. Better.
You got a 19. As the fire's heat intensifies, Darius, your creation holds true. It does not melt. There is one more push of the billows. Vim, you will make a con save at disadvantage. Everyone else will make it at regular.
Okay. So we're really making sure I fail on this one.
Yeah,
Oh, hey, 20.
that's a 20.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
I have a 28.
A 20 is a success.
You do.
A 28 is a success. Darius?
Oh, sorry. I thought my check was the wisdom one.
No, it's another con save as the bellows do one more
Okay.
final burst of flame.
16.
16. Darius, that is a failure.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to take some fire damage. A whopping 8 points of fire damage. Do you hold on to your
4
armor?
points of fire damage.
4 points of fire damage. You continue to hold on to your armor.
This is more fire than This is less fire than I endure before breakfast.
As the bellows
You need to
finally
get better at cooking.
let up,
Yeah.
there is a moment of silence. And then a burst of flame. As if they are being forced to breathe their fire almost as they try to incinerate you as the party. I need everyone to make me a con save. You will all have advantage on this con save.
Let me switch to advantage.
26.
You're looking
We still have
for...
that +5?
Nat 20, baby.
You do
Yes.
still have a +5. I'm
That's
going to hero
crazy.
point.
Ooh.
Alright, so the lowest is a 17.
Yeah.
The party succeeds. So the group check. As the forge flames fire, there is a moment where things look like you will be incinerated. However, Darius,
Yep.
from your amulet, the fire, not amulet, from your holy symbol, whatever you have as your catalyst.
I have a little hammer around my neck.
Yeah, from your amulet, the flames begin to coalesce around it.
Mm.
And they begin to fold into it. And the other half of the flames begin to fold around Sword Friend. As the billows emerge, there is a pathway for you all to enter the inside of the Hellion Forge.
But isn't the guy we need right here? Like, isn't this?
No, this is the forge itself.
Okay, I was wondering. I was a
Yeah.
little confused by this whole thing. I'm like, we're fighting this guy or something? Like, Okay.
I'm sorry, I was not clear. That's my bad. I apologize.
No, I may be just very dumb.
We go. Or I go.
Let's go.
It starts
No,
jumping
I,
in there.
I turn to the judging guy.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
And judging guy is the forge itself. It is the forge itself that judges.
Yeah, it was a
Wow,
voice
I was
speaking from the
really
forge.
unclear about what was happening
Yeah.
here.
There,
It's the
Matt.
wine.
The wine is sadly fast coming out of my system and just giving me a headache.
Oh.
I have for some reason a very fast metabolism for booze. I get headaches very quickly.
As you all enter the forge, the flames behind you close. And you are able to make your way to what this is the center and what should be the hottest point here. Yet it is comfortable. It is surprisingly nice. It is warm. It is not overly barely hot. And standing there at a anvil behind it is a hulking figure, a huge devil covered head to toe in a almost mysterious looking armor, a metal that none of you can recognize. Who stands before the archdevil of the forge? What creation has been judged worthy?
Hold up.
Yep.
This is
Just
Darius.
one.
Hold
And
up
he
my
made
armor
a thing.
stuff. Yes.
We'll say Sword Friend still has all the fight. The armor has fire around it, as the Sword Friend, ironically. There's just a flaming sword on Luna's back right now.
Cool. Metal.
As you present the armor, Darius, there is a interesting. And then there's a noise. As you hear almost like a decompression of air.
Shinji's getting out of the Eva.
As the armor's chest opens up and a small stairway descends.
It's an imp.
And coming out from the armor is a small devil. It is a circular round body that has a little fire tail. It has in there 2 small arms and like these 2 little stubby legs.
Are you telling me this is just Kirby that ate a devil? This is just Kirby that ate a devil.
That could be a way of describing this. Yes.
Delightful.
And as they come like running down the stairs,
Oh,
that's some lovely armor. And they come sprinting down. And they actually like stumble like bonk, bonk, and you like as they hit the stairs, there is a visible bonk, 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 bonk as they like eventually hit. Oh wait, whoa! And they point at the sword. Oh, that's very different than it was a few days ago.
So he's out of the armor now, right?
yeah.
I look at Vim.
Wait, what do you mean a few days ago?
I just helped make that. I didn't think I'd get to see it again so soon.
Does time work differently in here?
No, time travel.
It looks so different though. It used to be like this. That's very different. Can I love the armor. Can I take a look at both?
Yes, let's take a look at the sword first.
I
then the
am
armor.
slowly strafing around so that I would be between him and the armor. Just
Okay.
kind of casually while he's in the middle of the conversation.
Yeah. Can I see it?
Mm-hmm. Come closer.
Maybe if you'll look at it while Luna.
He'll come up to it. Oh, it looks so nice, buddy. It's been a while. I haven't get to see you in a long time. I apologize. I do not remember you. Oh, does that mean the plan worked?
What plan?
What was the plan?
We were he said something about using chronomancy to send the blade back in time.
Oh, that must have been what happened.
The Dr. Teletio.
He is not a nice man.
Is he still here?
No, he left a few days ago.
for the best, I suppose. Did you know he's trying to end our entire universe?
To be honest, they don't get out of the armor much.
Right, but he didn't say anything about that to you. You didn't
No,
ask.
he just said that he wanted to use the favor. He spent his time in the forge. He returned the deepest forge of hell to me. He said he was done with it. He finished with his lab there. He left it.
That's concerning.
We
It's
should
not
maybe check to make sure he didn't leave any bombs in it.
bombs
He does that
in my
sometimes.
lab. Bombs in the forge. That would make
Yeah.
for
It's more
some
likely than you think.
that would make some explosive weapons. I mean, I'll take you down there if you all want. You all seem like really nice people.
Oh, thank you.
This feels like that one scene from It Takes Two where you have to kill the elephant.
This is actually reminding me of the reveal from Iron Man 3 when it turns out the menacing big bad played by Ben Kingsley is actually a buffoon.
That seems like a very cool thing. I'm happy to show you all. You all seem nice. I don't know. You made it past the forge test.
I mean, if you wanna look at these first, that's okay. We can always look later.
Oh yeah, sure. Here, I'll take a look at that armor. That's some amazing craftsmanship. Like you're
Sure.
a very
Yeah, Darius,
you're a very talented smith. They kind of look.
Thank you.
This was metal. This wasn't forged in a Hellion forge, though. This was done with magic. Oh,
This is true. My devotion to the teachings of the Spark of Creation.
oh, by the spark! Oh, it's so nice to
Yes.
find another person who follows them here.
Yes, and the less said about that, the better.
I mean,
wait.
their teachings are so important to me as a smith and as a forge master. I personally believe that the Spark's teachings and its mentality on creation and artistry is the absolute best path that someone could follow.
What are you doing down here in hell?
I mean, this is where I was born. I was originally just a small imp, but as I became and mastered my forge, the spark granted me abilities, and eventually my form changed, and I was able to create like my own alloy that's relatively indestructible, mixing the
How'd you
magic.
do that?
I
by the
mixed
way?
the magic of the spark with my own soul.
Got it. Got it.
I don't really
Well,
use the imps here. It kind of goes against the spark's teachings in a way, in my opinion.
it just seems so illogical that you would rule over a place so antithetical to your own morals.
I'm trying to sort of get. I'm trying to be the change that you want to see in the world, right? So like, I'm rejecting stuff that's mostly Soulforge, but when people actually use their hands and like make metal, I'm letting it through.
Right, but they're still using the imps as
But less of them
material.
have been. Less of them have been now because they've been seeing it's not working. So a couple of them have been dabbling in metal and other materials. There's been some leather workers. Now the leather's a little bit disturbing still, but I'm working on it.
I mean, from what we saw in the forge, most people were still using the imps.
It is most people, but it's a process. Societal changes don't happen overnight.
Right, but wouldn't you be happier somewhere more peaceful?
I mean, I would be happier, but I don't think that would serve the spark. I don't think that would serve the goal of creation all that well. Like, listen, if I have to be a little bit sad to make artisans a better artisan, I'm down to do that. I'm okay with that sacrifice. That's fine with me because I get to share the spark's love with everyone. It's just a benefit. It's a net benefit.
Clarification. I wasn't going to say much about any of this. I was hoping we would just come for our business and leave. But I would like to point out that the entire concept of this forge that we just walked through, judging people based on the level of their craft, and one, possibly burning and hurting them, or two, incinerating them and reducing them to component parts, essentially killing them, is entirely... let me finish. Entirely antithetical to the concept of learning your craft. If you are killed for making an error, you cannot learn from your mistakes.
That's a little bit of trickery, actually.
Oh, really? Because
Yeah,
I
there's
have
like
4 points of damage that says otherwise.
oh no, it does. It burns a little bit. It doesn't kill though. It does. It does. Though. There's like a little, and they actually like open up, like they like here. Wait, do I have a crystal somewhere? Da 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 da. And they like plant like a crystal in the middle, and they lower up where you see like the devils that were directly in front of you now sat in front of a forge with actual materials,
Oh.
slightly singed. I just put them down in like a hole.
That's better than killing them, I
Yeah, it's a
suppose?
forge hole.
Please never say that again.
Okay.
Like,
Listen,
like,
I am literally a piece of hell energy that found the spark and started kind of trying to like get
And
things
I am
going here.
so happy for you.
I'm
about
doing
that.
my best. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I apologize
don't-
if I've offended you. I apologize. I try to be like a really nice, like helpful person.
You don't need to apologize for potentially offending me. Almost no one does, so it's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Compassion.
It's-
I hope that changes for you.
Bim's like is
I'm
hovering at his
just out of-
crossbow. Like,
Out of curiosity, did you just say compassion there in an attempt to emulate my particular style of speech?
Yes. I'm trying to be.
That's offensive.
Is that? I thought that would be inclusive. My apologies.
I'm not really saying that. I am very uncomfortable with this whole
I'm
situation
happy to
now.
show you all the lab.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
Let's,
think
let's,
Yes,
go
I-
with
let's
the
do
lab.
that. Let's
I
go
think
elsewhere.
I should just say something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you know that other devil lady who's running for the Queen of Hell?
Which
Devil
one?
President.
There's two.
The hot one.
Right, do we have her name?
The
All I wrote down was devil lady.
the hot one.
that also doesn't.
I can't,
Are you looking for? Are you talking about knowledge or schemes?
Probably schemes.
Luna, knowledge is the archdevil
Oh,
of
is it
knowledge.
knowledge? Oh,
Yeah.
it is knowledge.
Yes.
Knowledge.
Oh. I mean, we're kind of all in the running. Like I said, I've kind of kept my head down for it. I was going to hope that one of them would just kind of like take the reins between the two of them. I was just going to
she would
fall.
like very much to take the reins.
Oh,
You see, I helped a devil who was
Mhm.
trapped in a satellite for a long time.
oh, that's nice of
and
you.
they gave me some devil's luck, but it turns out it was her luck that he had from something, and then she was mad that I used it, and then told me that I had to help her get the throne.
I mean, fair is fair. Like I'll gladly show you all the lab. Like the Archdevil of Schemes sent a group here too, to go and come and check it out now that it had been vacated. They said something about trying to find information on the person who was in there. So like
She
I'm happy to
wanted
show you
us-
both.
She wanted us to make sure that she got the throne, and her idea was that we would kill you, but I thought that you were going to be like an evil, mean devil, but you're actually really nice, and I don't want to do that, and I
You
don't
know,
think my friends want to do that. So, there any-
cuts the bib with their hand on the crossbow.
Vib's Bartenberger is still like hovering at the crossbow, like at the ready.
Do I take the shot?
I have a clear shot.
I do not want to do that, and I do not think that my friends want to do that because you are very nice. But if I don't help her get the throne, then all of my friends and I lose our souls.
I mean, like, what's the deal you made? Like, if you made a deal to help her get the phone, you just have to help her get the throne. Like I said, I'll fall in line with whoever ends up taking power between the Archdevil of Schemes and
So would you
her.
be okay not dropping out?
Yeah, like I said, I'm down. That's fine. I just like I mainly ask that they don't kind of mess with my forge and what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to make, you know, a little bit of a nicer place in hell.
What if you did one
It's a
better
happy day in hell.
and endorsed her bid for the throne? That might actually be worth more to her than your absence.
Oh, oh, oh. Yes.
and
Edie, you are so smart.
yeah, that's kind of what you all are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if an agent of the Spark's working for her, yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Right, Darius?
Sure. I am deeply uncomfortable with this entire planet.
That's perfect. All right. Okay. So we'll do that. I'll take you to the lab first, though. Like I said, there's the other group of folks there too from the Archdevil of Schemes. She went down. She not the Archdevil himself, but they went down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are they
They're
down
not
there
still
now?
Down there.
I didn't see them come back up. They might be down there, but
All right, I pulled the crossbow up.
yeah, they had some they had some beautiful designs on their armor.
What kind of design?
Were they like runes?
No, it was like this
Okay.
a flower of some sort.
like Gilded Garden or Ambrosia Rose?
No, it didn't look like anything from those.
I think a flower devil. I don't think there's anything.
But not the symbols of like scratchy runes and dark, scary colors or anything like that, right?
They were in like some dark, scary colors. It was, it was a flower design. It had sort of like, and it almost looked like it was wrapped around another one, almost choking it out. If someone wants to make a nature check,
A whopping +0 in that.
Well,
Are you kidding me?
Luna-
Me with my 0 intelligence getting
Luna
a
and
20.
Evie, you were both able to recognize the description of the flower as a Calistigian.
Oh. Oh, I do not like that.
Oh, I see these ones
They're
aren't using
bad
the runes.
news. So their whole thing is undoing all of creation. So
Oh shit!
yeah.
Yeah.
don't care for that.
No, I don't like that. That doesn't fit well. If there's nothing,
So you wouldn't
if you
be, like,
undo
offended if
creation,
we-
if you undo creation, there's nothing to be created. There's no spark of creation at that point.
So you wouldn't be like offended if we undid their creation, right?
I mean, if we need to defend ourselves, I'm down. I
Okay.
don't really like conflict. I'm kind of a pacifist.
Well, lucky for you, I do like conflict,
oh, that's good. I'm glad for you.
and there's going to be some unmaking when we go down there.
Yeah. Here, listen. I'll take you all down there. It's a decently small forge. It's like a 3-room lab, so there's not really much space for them to be. It has a really lovely spot. We made like a little spot to put the sword in when it's here. So I don't know. Maybe that'll do something. He said something about empowering it, but we'll find out.
Oh, okay.
And yeah. As this small imp begins to lead you deeper into the forge, it comes to a spiral staircase now made out of brimstone, basically.
I actually don't know what brimstone looks like.
I will warn you, it does get a little bit cold down there.
Oh, that is okay. I have a coat.
Cold in general or cold by hell standards?
Cold in hell and in general standards. It's like kind of icy. I believe it or not, the center of this planet's actually a ice core.
Interesting.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Surprising.
Well, okay.
Shall we?
Here we go.
Tally ho, I suppose.
And as you all make your way down the stairs, that is where we are going to call tonight's session. Thank you all
Into
so
the depths.
much for joining us. Join us next week as we continue our trip through hell. Thank you all so much for coming, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Have a good night, everyone.